Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Human Condition of the Week. I'm your host, Dr. Corey, and as our channel name suggests, we'll be discussing a different element of the human condition every week. And this week, we'll be taking a dive into guilt. We'll be doing this through the lens of different literary genres. So, before we start, what is guilt? Guilt is described as a self-conscious emotion that involves thinking you've acted wrongly or gone against your morals. It is often tied to actions that one perceives as harmful to oneself or others, but is not universal. The guilt that you feel might be way different than the guilt someone else is feeling. This brings us to different types of guilt and the different influences associated with each of them. First, we have interpersonal guilt. Interpersonal guilt is a feeling of guilt or remorse that can come from causing another person pain or distress, whether directly or indirectly. It can be caused by poor communication, distress, or tension between people. Second, we have survivor's guilt, a mental and emotional reaction that some people may experience after going through a traumatic event where others lost their lives or were gravely injured. It can lead to feelings of intense guilt, regret, and shame. Tragedy and loss are big influences on this one. Third, we have parental guilt, a type of guilt that a parent might feel when they believe that they aren't doing an effective job as a parent or falling short of their expectations or the expectations of others. Changes in family roles, a loss in the family, and reflecting on a favored child are influences of this one. Fourth, we have cultural/societal guilt. This guilt is experienced as a result of the cultural or societal norms and expectations around a person. It is often shame-based, driven by thoughts like, what will they perceive me? And they can be associated with pride. Job decisions and wider family or community expectations are big influences on this one. Lastly, we have anticipatory guilt. Anticipatory guilt can occur when thinking about the possible consequences of your future actions and believing you're responsible for potential adverse outcomes. Large life decisions, such as having a baby or aborting a baby, are definite situations of anticipatory guilt. So this brings us to our lesson of the week, or our thesis. While often associated with negative emotion, guilt can be a powerful motivator and a catalyst for change. What comes with that desire to take action depends on the type of guilt being experienced and how it manifests. Factors such as whether the guilt is caused by internal or external influences, such as trauma, psychological state, or societal pressure, all play into the outcome. If managed correctly, it can be a stepping stone to a better future. If not, it can have serious consequences. By studying the influences behind how guilt functions, we can better understand how and why we act as we deal with guilt in our everyday lives. So lastly, what literature are we going to be covering? We'll be covering two novels. First, Ordinary People by Judith Guest and The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. We'll be covering one drama, Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, one short story, Hills Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway, and one poem, Autumn Begins in Martins Ferry, Ohio by James Wright. We will discuss the role of guilt in each genre and how it relates to our lesson of the week. With that being said, we will see you soon with day one.